Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So today's reading, I'm going to use this deck that is called the BUCKLAND GYPSY Romani Tarot, and this is the Russian version, and I got it from an Ukrainian seller that I bought quite a few decks from, which is first of all supporting someone from Ukraine, and then it has also got me great deals on very beautiful cards that I wanted for a long time, especially Los Corabero decks that are very easy to use no matter what language they are, because in Los Corabero decks, most of them you have all languages around the cards. Now, this special deck is in Russian, so I had to go through and look for the meaning of the cards, and when I looked for that, I saw that the English version of this deck is just so expensive because it's out of print. So in some places, people want hundreds of dollars for them, and there is actually well, how do you say that? Well, an app. Yeah, there's an app in the App Store and also in the Google Store that is using this Romani BUCKLAND tarot deck for doing all sorts of readings, but it costs money. So I was thinking about maybe using that, using that app, or maybe I found someone on Etsy that is selling the English guide. But still, it's not very difficult to use because most of the cards are really straightforward, and once you learn the meaning of the minor arcanas, it's quite easy to use. And the reason I'm using them is, well, because the type of reading that I'm doing is called one of the GYPSY readings. The tarot readings that I'm doing are GYPSY kind of readings, and this reading, which is called the Sliding Doors reading, is also a GYPSY reading. And in GYPSY readings, you're actually asking the cards to align in a way to answer your question, and you're not asking for every option. You're not asking specifically for every option. You're asking the cards to align in a way to help your to answer your question. So just one moment, because Rosie wants out. She always wants out when I'm starting. So this is a question that I already checked in a previous reading. Then it was a tarot reading, and I asked only one question, which was whether or not Harry will accept a proposal to be a commentator on any kind of American television channel for the coronation. And at that time, I got a no answer. Now, after it's been publicized by mainstream media, several outlets, that there are several channels that are courting Harry to try and convince him to skip the coronation and to go to be a commentator for the coronation in their channels for quite a lot of money. Things are, well, let's say that things are a little bit different, so it allows me to ask the question again, especially after Neil Sean today made a video in which he claimed that Meghan will not skip the coronation, not even if they are not going up on the balcony in Buckingham Palace. She wants to be there no matter what. So this opens up the option of asking the question again in a better, or let's say in a bigger spread. So let me remind you how this spread is going. What I'm doing is I'm asking the cards to answer me correctly regarding Harry and Meghan's options for the coronation, and then I'm taking 5 cards for each option. The first option will be to go to the coronation, go to the UK. The second option will be to be commentators in the US. And then I will take 5 cards for each of the options, which are the past, present, future, the reasons or obstacles, and the what is called the potential, which is something that helps. What is the potential of this option to happen? But the main answer is in the future card. Okay, so before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such, may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. So let's clear the deck. Okay, so now I'm asking the cards to please align in the right way to answer correctly in the question of Harry and Meghan's options regarding the coronation. Harry and Meghan's options regarding the coronation. Harry and Meghan's options for the coronation of King Charles. Please align the cards in a correct way to answer correctly for the options for Harry and Meghan's to attend the coronation or not attend the coronation. Please align in the right way to answer correctly with regard of Harry and Meghan's options to the coronation. So what I'm doing now, I am splitting the deck into 5. So this is the past pile, and the present, the future, reasons or obstacles, and potential. Now, it's the piles are here because usually it's meant for many options you can do, and you can insert other options during the reading if you want. If some other option enters your head, you can do that. But here we have only 2 options. So the first option is going to the coronation. So the past card is showing us actually more than just the past. It shows us the past of Harry and the royal family, and if the common past, and it shows us Harry's relationship to the royal family. How does he feel in regarding to the coronation, to the royal family? What is his agenda? And the card that I'm getting here is 4 of Wands. No, I'm sorry, that's not 4 of Wands. That's 2 of Swords. So 2 of Swords is a card of not being able to see reality correctly because you are in a situation that you are unable to cope with reality. This is not a very good place. So we can see that, first of all, Harry's this is Harry's agenda towards the royal family. This is how he feels towards the royal family. He is not seeing his past with the royal family in the right way, and he's unable to cope with his with his, wait a minute, let me just take the cards. I was supposed to take the cards before. So let's just take them out. These are the cards for the second option. So as I was saying, it's Harry's inability to cope with with his past. With the royal family, he is unable to cope with that, and because of that, he's making all of the wrong mistakes. So this shows us that he would have loved to have a different past. He wants something else, but he is unable to see his relationship with his family in the right way. This is a card that shows that their relationship in the past is not a good one. And as I remind you, the Two of Swords ends up in the Three of Swords card. So it ends up in destruction and failure. So this is not a very good mutual past for Harry and the royal family, and his agenda towards his family is to be as far away from them as possible. So this is the first card. Now the present card is showing us what does Harry want? What is he looking for? So what does he really want in regard to his family and the coronation? And we are getting the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, that is the card of the eternal student. It is also a card of someone who jumps from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. But if we're looking at the card in regard to what Harry wants from his family, so he would like his family to be more accommodating, to let him learn, let him do things the way that he wants, to let him jump from one bandwagon to another bandwagon, not to criticize him for not being such a great student, not to criticize him for not knowing exactly what he wants to do in his life. He wants to be accepted the way that he is, because this is the person that he is. He is unable to keep things, to start things and end them. This is a person that is always looking for something new because he's unable to commit to things. So this is what he would like his family to understand. This is what he would like his family to accept. And this is part of his reasoning in regard to the coronation. Okay, so what does the future card tells us? And the future card tells us whether or not he will go to the coronation. And what we're getting here is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is actually the woman that is thinking about others, not herself. She's not the egotistical queen. She's completely the opposite queen. She's the one who will say, I am sacrificing myself for the better good of everyone. So this card actually says that if Harry goes to the coronation, he will come out and say this is his sacrifice for his children, for the family, for the better good of the world. But this is his sacrifice. He will feel that he's sacrificing himself. The Queen of Swords is also a woman that wants to be seen as someone who is very much with a social responsibility. As Prince Harry and Meghan always profess to be some people that are looking for after the environment and then getting this gasoline new SUV, or looking for to buy a private plane, or people that are interested in helping social undermine social communities, but not really doing anything to do that, or just going and then giving 10 packages things for immigrants. So this is how he wants to be seen, and if he goes to the coronation, it's going to be seen as if he is sacrificing himself. Not a good prospect. Okay, next card is the obstacles that are not allowing him, or the obstacles in his way to go to the coronation, and we get the Ace of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Wheels, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is very logical because he's been offered quite a lot of money. The Ace of Pentacles is about getting your needs met in the material world. Right now, this is the only thing that he's thinking of, where to get his next gig. What will his next where will he get the next paying job, or what can he do next to get more money? And this is the obstacle. It shows that he's very materialistic. He's thinking about the money, is thinking about the things that he needs, mostly more than anything else. So it's really obstructing him from going to the coronation because of his materialism, because he's chasing money, because he's afraid of being financially unstable. So all of these financial considerations are obstructing him from going to the coronation. And the potential of this option is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is about cooperation and reward. So he will go to the coronation if he gets paid for that. So if he can get some kind of cooperation, that he might be doing the commentary from London, from the coronation itself, then he might go to the coronation. But this needs to be met. So the potential of him going to the coronation, it's only if he does get those pentacles, if he does get his needs met. He needs that reward. So he needs someone that will cooperate with him, that he will be able to do the commentary from London. So he will have to find a way to do that, which is not very easy if he's going to participate in any of the actual ceremonies. So he won't be able to make commentaries on ceremonies when he is in the church. But if he gets some kind of a deal of doing commentaries afterwards, or giving interviews afterwards, then he might go to the coronation. Okay, so the next card is the next option is his going with channels or networks that are offering him a lot of money in order to go to the, not to go to the coronation, but to be their commentator in the coronation. And the past card is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands shows us his agenda in regard to those networks. And the Four of Wands is about going out on this, on embarking on this voyage to realize your potential, but enjoying the road. So for Prince Harry, it won't only be an option that will give him money. It will also be flattering to his ego. And remember that wands are very much about the ego. So it will always also be around the flattering for him, around the ego. It will also be one more step for him to get to that victory quest. And for him, it will be enjoyable available to be there in a TV set, to be pampered by the people there, to be treated as royalty, to be treated as if he matters, what he never got when he was part of the royal family, because he was always second best. So here he will be center stage. Here he will be the one that he will enjoy that. So for him, this is his agenda, and this is what he thinks that he can get from a deal with one of the networks, that he will not only get money, but he will also get respect. And he really needs that respect. So for him, it's going on this victory quest, but not only getting the victory, but also getting the ego flattered and the respect that he craves so much. Okay, the next card is the past. So what can we see in regard for Harry? Past with networks, with television, or with interviewers, and we are getting the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is the spoiled kid. This is the person who doesn't like doing things by himself. He wants others to do things for him. So in other words, we can say that Harry feels that if he goes to be to be a commentator in this one of those networks, he won't be asked to do much. This is not a very difficult or hard job. Most of the job will be done by other people. So most of the things that most of the things will be done by others. He will not be asked to do a lot. What he will be asked to do will be to explain things, to talk about maybe the dignitary, to talk about the jewelry, maybe talk about the dresses. I don't know what else, but it won't be a difficult job. This is something that is very much fitting for someone who is lazy, like the Knight of Swords, which is very lazy. Okay, so the future. What does the future show us? And the future is the card of the magician. And the magician is the person that likes to perform in front of an audience. This is the person who likes to create from nothing. This is the person that is able to do things, to feel as if he is important. This is someone who knows what's right for him, someone who is very organized, very skilled. So I would say that this card, although this is a major arcana and this is a court card, this card is winning this card. If I had here like the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles, this option would have won. But if I'm comparing the Magician to the Queen of Swords, and for this option, he will have to show the world that he's sacrificing himself. Here, he will feel in his element. He will feel that he will be performing. He will have the audience that he wants. This is like a pat in the back for someone who has low self-esteem, and this is a way for him to bring up his self-esteem. So in a way, this option wins. Let's see what are the obstacles for this option. And the obstacle is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is about dreams, and dreams that can become reality. So when we're looking at this card and the obstacle position, we need to look at the negative aspects of this card. And the negative aspects of this card is a person that is a little bit daydreaming, a little bit fantasizing, someone who is not realistic. So someone who is passive, someone who is running away from reality. So he has a lot of dreams about this option, about the way, what he will gain from this, from appearing in this as a commentator. He developed a lot of fantasies around this. He has these dreams, these fantasies that he thinks that can become reality, but this is actually a fantasy. So he will have to understand that, and he might feel very much disappointed afterwards. But this is something that shows us that he actually is living in this very, very far-fetched fantasy world, and the entire picture that he's picturing himself as this commentator and someone who's very important and very much admired and looked up to in those television sets, he might get very much disappointed. Okay, so what is the potential of this option? And the potential of this option is the 10 of wheels, which is the 10 of pentacles. So I would say that this option is very much the option that he will go with. 10 of pentacles, that is riches, that is abundance, that is also the happy family, as you can see here, the happy gypsy family. So he actually believes that this option will allow him to be happy and have the abundance that he's seeking. So this is about the money, but this is also about him thinking that it will give him some kind of happiness. So according to this spread, I believe that he will decide to stay in the United States and be a commentator and not go to the UK and participate in the coronation as a guest and not as someone who is actually participating in the event and not having any kind of role in the event and not even being on the balcony with his father. So I believe that being a commentator in a US television set is more appealing to him right now. So this is how he feels about it right now. Of course, things might change as we get closer to the coronation, and when he starts negotiating and finds out how much money he will get. So right now it is still in this fantasy stage, it's still in the dream stage, but he's thinking about this option very favorably, and he really thinks that it will allow him to get his needs and his financial problems out of the way. So altogether, I think that this is the option that he will take, at least as it is right now. So as I said, things might change. Maybe the negotiations will fail. Maybe something will change with the royal family. We don't know. There is still time until the coronation. But right now, as it seems, as he's leaning towards staying in the US and being a commentator. So this is the tarot, and the oracle card is coming from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and this is, well, let's ask for some kind of guidance for the royal family on having Harry on for the coronation. Should they try and persuade him to be to come, or should they let him just make his own mind? What should the royal family do? So let's clear the deck. Okay, so what should the royal family do in regard to having Harry over to the UK for the coronation? Should the family try to convince Harry to come to the coronation? Should they let him just make up his own mind? What should King Charles do in order to, in regard to Prince Harry's presence in his coronation in April? So let's see what kind of guidance does the oracle have to say. And it is all about trust. Let's see what the book says. Okay, so the overall message is that trust is a fragile flower. It's difficult to earn trust, but very easily broken. And in some points of our lives, we must all endure lessons regarding trust, which deepen our understanding of life and enable us to discern more wisely. Now, what it says is when we lose sight of our place within the bigger picture, broken trust can lead to blame and bitterness, restricting our capacity to live in the moment and fully give and receive with a whole heart. So sometimes hurtful experiences can be seen as blessings that come to test our strength and result in a desire to seek out deeper meanings in life. So this card is telling the royal family that they need to trust their own judgment or that of another person or situation. So in regard to Harry's presence in the coronation, first of all, they need to trust their own judgment, whether or not it is a good thing or a bad thing for him to be there, despite what King Charles wants, because it is his beloved boy. And then to trust that Prince Harry will make the decision that is most important for him, or seems best for him. So it's all about trust. And sometimes when trust is broken, then you also need to know that those people that you don't trust any longer, maybe they don't have a place in your life any longer. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.